Here.
Commissioner Earl.
Here.
Commissioner Downey.
Here.
Police chief.
Here.
Fire chief.
Here.
Public works.
Here.
City attorney.
Present.
We'll start with President, please.
Please remove your hats, please.
Hats, please. Take your hats off. Thank you so much. Bow our heads, please. God, thanks for this most wonderful day. Thanks for the countless blessings you continue to bestow upon us. We ask the biggest blessing of all, bless our city, Lord. Please empower each of its leaders with wisdom to handle the problems that we can do, God. May we do the best that would please you. Of all the things we thank you for, we thank you for your Son, who died for our sins to give us a second chance. In Christ's name we humbly ask these things. Amen.
Amen.
Salute. Pledge.
Of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take your seat. Madam Clerk.
Starting with department head comments, none from the clerk's office at this time. Police.
Yes, Mayor Capan, I'd like for Sergeant Amber Morgan just to give you all a little brief presentation of what's been going on with the investigation and with Nighthawk crew that's been out.
This. Make sure the mic is on.
Green light on the end, look at the button. Is it green light on?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good afternoon to Mr. Mayor and the council members and the other members of the dais. My name is Sergeant Anthony Morgan, and I spearhead the Criminal Investigation Division here for the City of Clarksville Police Department. Back at the beginning of the year, when Chief Ramirez interviewed me for this position, not only did he interview me to investigate criminal activity within the city, but also as a criminal investigator, your job is to provide crime analytics to show recent crime trends within our community and also come up with ways to combat and to suppress that particular crime in certain areas. So after the first 2 or 3 months here, Chief came to investigation and he wanted to create an operational plan to combat and to suppress specific criminal activity within the city of Clarksville. As a result of that meeting, he allowed us to come up with an operation entitled Operation Nighthawk, and today I plan to present to the board and members here the outcome of how effective this operation has been thus far to the city as well as the citizens of Clarksville. Slide, please. All right. So the purpose and mission of this operation is, so one, we wanted to develop and to deploy officers strategically based on crime analysis that we conducted, crime patterns and community needs and available resources to help deter crime within our community. Also, we wanted to prevent and to deter criminal activity within the community by one, making sure we're present, doing proactive policing, and also building relationships with community stakeholders to assist us in solving crime within the Clarksville community. Slide, please. The tactical focus areas was to one, increase visibility within our residential neighborhoods. We wanted to do this by preventing auto and burglary, residential burglaries within our neighborhoods. We saw there was a huge trend in the Oakhurst and the Rivington area as it relates to auto burglaries and residential burglaries, and we wanted to make sure that we incorporated this by increasing active police patrols within these areas. Also, we wanted to identify and to address suspicious vehicles and persons. In law enforcement, we call that a simple field contact. We do not need probable cause to conduct a field contact. We just need the mere suspicion that a crime can be or will be committed based on them being there. And so when businesses are closed, we identify that crime as loitering. So that gives us enough of what we need to hold a conversation or to at least do a stop and frisk with that particular individual. And as a result of this, we've been able to identify people with active warrants for their arrest by simply doing a field contact. Also, we wanted to conduct active foot patrols within our apartment complexes in the Rivington area, in Ms. Downey's district over in Eastgate. And as a result of that, we have also been able to, one, decrease crime, decrease the call volume within those particular areas. But also at the same time, we've been able to identify people in those neighborhoods who are now willing to come and speak with us when a crime occurred, because they have seen the increase of visibility of law enforcement. We've also been able to enforce curfew violations with our juveniles, which was one of the reasons we wanted to implement this plan during the summer months, because juveniles are now out of school, and we did not want their minds to wander and to fetal into criminal activity. So we know that the curfew is set at a particular time, so we have increased our patrols in the residential neighborhoods after the curfew times, and any individual or juvenile that has been caught after curfew, we have contacted their immediate guardian and released them to that particular guardian. If any additional things were found on them or within that particular vicinity of where they were located, then we have reached out to youth court to kind of get the ball rolling on their youth court profile. In all things, our charge was to always remain visible and mobile throughout the entire tour of duty. Slide, please. Here are the productivity standards that we attempted to adhere by based on throughout the tour of duty on a particular day. Our goal was to do a minimum of 8 traffic stops. That does not mean we were writing a minimum of 8 traffic citations. To be completely honest, the officers that are here can attest that most of the time we did traffic stops, they were all educational stops to make citizens aware of these violations and traffic infractions that they might not have been aware of. So most of our traffic stops were educational, and the citizens were given a verbal warning. We did a minimum of 5 foot patrols, whether those are in business plazas, whether those are downtown, whether those are in apartment complexes. Our goal was to also make sure we did a minimum of 5 foot patrols and 5 business checks. If you're on social media, you probably saw almost every other night they were saying that there was a roadblock or a safety checkpoint, as we would call it, within our neighborhoods. We attempted to do a minimum of 2 safety checkpoints throughout the night, and throughout those safety checkpoints, you'll see here later on in the slide that we were able to identify those with warrants, remove stolen firearms off the streets and out of our communities, remove some possession of controlled substances that were found inside of those vehicles, and also take those individuals into custody just based on conducting a safety checkpoint. Slide, please. Now I want to move into some of the, real quickly, some of the incidents that occurred during this time of operation. April 15th, we responded to Budget Inn with one of our officers, Corporal Hunter, responded to what we consider to be an armed robbery. Once he was on scene, he was able to identify the subject that was wanted, that was identified as the subject in this armed robbery. A brief foot pursuit insinuated. The subject then tossed this firearm on top of a business on State Street. With the help of Chief Ramirez and Chief from the fire department responded to that location, provided us with a ladder truck, and we were able to retrieve this firearm that was on top of the building and tie it back to the suspect, in which our officer apprehended. As a result of this investigation, the individual was charged with armed robbery and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, which is why he tossed the firearm during the brief foot pursuit. Slide. Also in the same month of April, we responded to Jefferson Street, where we were responding to discharge a firearm. Come to find out, it was 2 set of individuals shooting at each other. We were able to get there, identify the shell casings, identify a crime scene. Through these field contacts that we have been doing, witnesses were able to come and speak to myself and other officers. They were able to point us in the direction of where those subjects lived. We conducted a knock and talk. We took those guys into custody. And as you can see, we were also able to obtain a search warrant and retrieve the firearms that was used inside of this crime. And as a result of that, that individual was charged with aggravated assault, shooting into a dwelling, child endangerment, and discharging the firearm within the city limits. Slide. Now, also on the same date, because we did a thorough investigation, a few of these individuals that were also shooting on Jefferson Street were also wanted out of Tallahatchie County for an attempted murder. There were 4 individuals who were outstanding for Tutwiler PD. They contacted myself and other members of the Nighthawk Division, and we were able to apprehend 3 of these subjects who were wanted out of Tallahatchie County for attempted murder. The ironic thing about this case is 3 of the 4 individuals that were apprehended were juveniles. And then after a brief foot pursuit, we were able to pull 2 weapons from 2 of those juveniles that were involved doing this particular crime. Slide, please. This is one of our homicides that we are currently investigating. Happened on May the 19th, right here behind us in the 100 block of Maple Street. As a result of this operation, we were able to, one, get the victim to the hospital because medics were too far out, so we made a decision to place him inside of a vehicle and transport him ourselves. Also carry him inside the hospital and get him to the medical staff immediately. Based on eyewitnesses, based on video footage, based on key witnesses, we were able to identify the vehicle involved, recover the firearm involved, and also identify the individuals who were involved with this particular crime. And as a result of that, suspects were charged with capital murder, and also they were charged with accessory after the fact. Slide, please. This is one of our drug recoveries that we did here on June 30th. We were actually on Ritchie Avenue looking for a wanted subject with a felony warrant. One of our officers believed he saw that subject. This subject retreated inside of a home. We were able to do a knock and talk. We were able to get a search warrant. A judge signed off on the search warrant for this particular residence. And as a result of that, we were able to recover about 6 firearms from this residence. We were able to recover about 15 pounds of marijuana. You see that one of the photos here, they were attempting to flush a huge quantity of marijuana prior to the search warrant being executed. And also they hid a large quantity of marijuana inside of the HVAC room, trying to disclude or to cover the smell of marijuana from the residence. And as a result of this investigation, the subject was charged with possession, felony possession of marijuana, tampering with evidence, possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute, possession of drug paraphernalia, and also he was charged with the firearms as well. Slide. The most recent case we've had is the liquor store fraud from right across the street at Downtown Liquors. We were able to apprehend subjects out of Greenwood, Mississippi, who were defrauding local liquor stores as far as Bull, Cleveland, Batesville, Oxford, and Clarksdale. They were using fraudulent or stolen credit cards that had not been reported stolen yet, and they were able to go to these liquor stores and purchase approximately $4,500 worth of merchandise. Through video surveillance, through having contacts in Greenwood, Mississippi with their police department, we were able to identify and successfully take into custody these 2 individuals who were wanted from about 5 or 6 agencies. And we have been able to place them into our custody. The good thing is one of those guys who were apprehended is out on a current murder charge in Greenwood, so his bond has been revoked. And the other female subject now sits in the Coahoma County Jail awaiting charges from Coahoma County. Slide. And most lastly, this is our feature of apprehension that you might have seen on social media. This gentleman here, ironically enough, is in trial this week for an opposing murder that happened years ago. But however, we have him in the city facing aggravated assault charges ×2. And on week before last, we were able to identify this subject walking into a business. We got out and we conducted a knock and talk with this individual. We were able to take this individual into custody, and while in custody, he was found in possession of about 50 grams of marijuana and also a firearm. And this individual was charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, felony possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia based on the scale that he had with him during the time of his apprehension. Slide, please. Here are some photos that we have been able to take. These are photos of controlled substances that have been recovered from safety checkpoints throughout our community. Slide, please. These are firearms that have been recovered and removed from our community via safety checkpoints that we have conducted during the last couple months. I want to say to the safety checkpoints, we have not conducted checkpoints on main thoroughways like State Street, Highway 49, Highway 61. All of our checkpoints have been in the heartbeat of our community, just to make sure that you guys are traveling to and from home safe prior to getting to the main thoroughfares within our city. Slide, please. As a result of this operation, the community impact has been tremendous. We have been able to provide a faster response time to high violent crimes. We've been able to increase police visibility within our communities. We've been able to reduce retaliatory violence as a result of crimes that have already been committed. And we've also assisted criminal investigations and also patrol by providing 3 additional officers every night in support of these operations. As a city, we always look for a return on our investment. The return has been the reduction in crime. It is my belief that if you do not know that now we sit in the 7th month of the year and the city of Clarksdale has only had 6 homicides within this year. As a result of this task force, at this particular time, 50% of those homicides have been solved and they're awaiting grand jury indictment. And also, we're looking to go from about 50% to about 90% once we retrieve some information back from the crime lab that will assist us in solving the rest of the 3 homicides that we've had this year. I think at this time of the year with only 6 homicides, I think that is a tremendous record and a tremendous goal for the city of Clarksdale, and it is totally due to the leadership and the operation that this leadership has allowed us to portray under this Nighthawk operation. Slide, please. And lastly, this is for everyone to know here, Operation Nighthawk exists for a number of reasons. The number one priority is to protect the citizens of Clarksdale. As a crime fighter, as an investigator, it is also my belief that you cannot fight crime 8 to 5. Criminals operate when they assume everyone is asleep. And so that's why it's entitled Nighthawk, because we want to be out the same hours of the night that the criminals out floating. If you live in the Oakhurst area and you've been without Wi-Fi or internet for a certain amount of weeks, the good news is on last week we were able to catch those individuals who have been doing the copper theft. We were able to put them inside of an interview room, and we were able to get a confession from them as being the individuals who have been climbing poles late at night, and also identifying them as the copper thefts. But all in all, this operation exists to ensure the safety of our citizens, the safety of our business owners, and the safety of our community stakeholders. Thank you for your time. And I'll take some questions if you have them, Mr. Mayor.
Nick, what you gonna do?
In reference to your firearms that
Yes.
you retrieved,
Yes.
what kind of relationship do our investigation division has with our DA's office for the prosecution?
At this current time, we have a great working relationship with Ms. Mitchell and her office. I think one of the struggles that we've had now, and we also had in the past, is we cannot put a timeline on when the crime lab will return certain items, and so that now pushes us outside of the grand jury window. So now we have to wait till the following grand jury to present that, for indictment. But we have a great relationship, and it is my intention that as we move forward, that we will continue to build that relationship to make it stronger, so that we can now get these crimes solved at a quicker rate than we have been in the past.
Also, have you all turned any cases over to the U.S. Attorney's Office as far as felons in possession of firearms cases?
Absolutely. The gentleman we just spoke about from the armed robbery back in April at Budget Inn, his case was turned over to the grand jury, and about 90% of the cases we received felons in possession of firearms. We've been working with Mr. Rob out of the FBI task force to assist us in getting those guys indicted on the federal side as well. And so far, we had 2 individuals picked up for that particular charge and handed over to the federal side. Yes, sir.
I have no further questions.
Thank you.
Nice job, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Chief.
I guess them guys right there.
And I thank all you do. Thank you for your service, I see. Thank you so very much.
These are the guys back here in the red shirts that have been very instrumental as being members of the
Thank you, gentlemen, so very much.
Fire.
Good afternoon. Fire department had 1 car fire, 3 false alarm, 1 pole fire, 1 mattress fire, and we've been passing out smoke alarms throughout the city. So if anybody needs a smoke detector, please call it at 662-627-8486 or stop by Central Fire Station at 221 DeSoto. And we'll be glad to install them for you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Public Works.
The mayor and the commissioners and citizens. Fully graded an alleyway on Styles for flooding, 1 court appearance, 26 inspections, repaired a cave-in on Maple, cut 1 tree, 25 warnings, stop sign repair, Bishop Dawson and Madison, placed barricades and porta potties at Tallahatchie and 6th, page 3 signs at Ritchie and Evans, removed tree blocking road on Sycamore, place Sassy Park equipment in Armory.
Personnel and grant writer.
No report at this time.
City Attorney.
Good afternoon. There will be a planning commission meeting on August the 11th. If anyone has any rezonings, please get them in by this Friday, July 31st.
Commissioner comments, Ward 1.
As you know, most of the time I don't have much to say, but I must thank, Chief and the police department for a wonderful report. I've always wanted to hear a report like that so we can see what the city stands. Also, while I'm thinking, I'm looking at the department heads and all the workers of the city, we give you guys a hard time. I just want to say thanks to you guys for all the work you guys do. Thank you.
Ward 2.
Special thanks to all department heads, all the police, everything. We appreciate the job you do. We're blessed to have you. Thank you.
Ward 3.
Only thing I have is, I'm getting numerous complaints, in reference to our trash car collection in the Ward 3 area. I don't know what that's about, but, I did ride the ward this Saturday, and I saw a slew of, trash cars that's still out there that hasn't been collected. Also, I have a park in my ward, but I spoke to the director. He said he's gonna get that taken care of.
The park.
I emailed it to you. Other than that, I have another concern, a citizen who works with Image, on Highway 49 advised me that our city is about to lose that business here in the next, month or so. So that's another business that we're losing, and citizens that's gonna be without jobs. So as this council, we need to get together and we need to be looking to be able to put somebody else or pursue another business to be able to put back in that building. You're talking about almost 40 to 50 some citizens about to lose some jobs in our community. We can't afford to keep taking hits out of hits like that. This city is pretty much on lifeline right now, as far as businesses. And like I said, I understand that we allocate almost $100,000 to the Chamber of Commerce. Well, I think I got a solution for that. That we can, this council, we should consider taking that $100,000 and advertising that position, or creating a position to allow somebody to work directly for the city to go out and pursue businesses and attract businesses to our area. I understand that we've been with the chamber for some time, but what we're getting is not working. We may need to take a shift. This is a new council. We need to look at pursuing new businesses. Public Works is on lifeline. They working with aging equipment. The police department is running on limited vehicles. Technology, they're behind. It's things that we should be able to invest in, and we need to invest in the police department. We need to invest in Public Works. Public Works has been neglected for far too long. It's sad that we had a winter storm to come, and we had to call in help because we don't have equipment of our own to tackle some of these issues. So I think we're creating a position of that sort and taking that $100,000 that we are investing in the chamber, hire somebody to work hand in hand with the mayor and put that position up under his office and allow that person to sit down with our council and to be able to take ideas from each commissioner along with the mayor and allow that person to go out and pursue those businesses. This council has been talking about we need a grocery store for quite some time. But has anybody came in here and asked this council from the chamber, what businesses do we want to pursue? What do we want to see coming to our communities? I mean, these are things that we have to consider. We're here to make the tough decisions for the citizens. That's why they put us here. And we have to make those tough decisions. And I think with making that decision to create a spot for someone to work with the mayor and the council, that's a plus for our city. Because now you can have somebody directly working with the mayor on a day in and day out basis. He can report back to the mayor, report to the council, take those ideas. Because right now, we can't keep losing businesses. I mean, look at the old Maps building. The grass is overgrown. We haven't replaced anything there yet. And you look at Image, you have 50 citizens about to lose jobs. Some of those citizens are gonna be forced to relocate and have to go elsewhere to commute to be able to survive. Right now, this city is in survival mode, and this city doesn't need politicians. They need real people that's gonna go out and get it done. It's time out for politics. It's time out for being politicians. We are not politicians. We are real people to speak for the people. Take your constituents and take what they're telling us and apply it and bring it to the council. Let's sit down and talk about it. But I hear you.
Ward 4.
Good afternoon. My mother had a lot of quotes in her lifetime. One of her favorite was, when she was continuously working on something, she would say, "I'm like a bear making tracks and not going anywhere." Having been in this position for a year, I feel like my mama. Blight is still an issue. Our public works department work is questionable. Parcels are being half mowed, half weeded, half trimmed, and the streets are still full of grass. And they are completely ignored, just like it's supposed to be there. Evidently, they don't know that the streets belong to the city of Clarksdale, and they should be taken care of too. These substandard services cost money, and the distrust and concern of the citizens of every neighborhood in the city of Clarksdale. We submitted areas that needed lighting, and the lights have not been replaced yet. The lower area of Sassy, close to the 2 apartment complexes, needs lights. Those lights have not been replaced. And I have the document right here where it was sent in April. Also, Sassy, the last street of Sassy, their lights are out. No lights are out there. We truly appreciate the interest of the citizens of Ward 3 and 4 who attended last Thursday's community forum. Some of them are here today. Will you please stand? Those of you who are here concerning your ward. The young man and his wife has a whole gallon of dog water over there. Miss Ray brought us, I got a bottle from her house of water, the same color. If we say that we're for the people, then we should make sure that we are addressing the needs of the people. And this is something that we're gonna have to take care of. Ain't no if, ain't no but, because you don't wanna drink that water, and you don't wanna take baths in that water.
Right.
So we need to take care of this. This is one reason that I couldn't even imagine how we could ever consider a data center as a business option, knowing how it already compromises the water in every location that it's already in. As we prepare to make appointments and reappointments for the next year, we need to conduct formal evaluation of all department heads. We need to use a rubric similar to this one here, where we can score the rubric. We need an unbiased person to come and look at the results and help us to make decisions. Because there are some dishonest people that will do just about anything they want to get the people they want. Also, the interview process that is in place in most organizations are in there for a reason, to keep people from being sued. But when people come into board meetings and say, well, I'm standing for one interview, this is the person for me, and all these other people are being interviewed, we could get sued in a minute for things like that. That's unprofessional, and that's illegal for us to do stuff like that. And it happened, and I'm not ashamed to say it. That's what's wrong now. So many things are being swept up under the rug in the city of Clarksdale. We got to bring all this stuff out. My last point, as we prepare for budget season, we need to consider everything that we need to do to build and sustain our fund balance. This includes taking a pay cut. Many small town aldermen make $1,000 to $7,000 annually. The mid-city aldermen make between 13 to 20,000, and we're a mid-city. The largest cities, like those on the coast, like Jackson, like DeSoto, make anywhere between 25 and 46. This is not all of them, but this is mostly. So, if we're going to balance the budget, then it's going to have to start with us people up here, saying that we will cut the salary that we get, because we need to. Because this is not a full-time job, people. This is a part-time job. We don't work every day. There are everyday people that are making $26,000 a year. But we work 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a week. So we work part-time. So we should get part-time pay. All right? I want to report that I talked to Dr. Willis from Tunica, Mississippi. He's over the rec. Some of the things that he told us to discuss and to think about is whether our swimming pool will be for recreational, therapeutic, or athletic needs. He says the design should be based upon our needs. We should also have an infrastructure person to come. We should also consider the safety and the liability. Their aquatic center was built in 2004, and it cost $6.9 million. But it features a 50-meter Olympic-style competition pool with 8 competition lanes. They have the water depth ranging from 4 feet to 17 feet. They have a separate splash and play pool. They have diving facilities, and they also work with the USA swimming competitions, the Mississippi High School Activities Association, colleges in the area, water acrobats, swimming lessons. So these are some of the things that, as we prepare to think about whether we're going to get a new swimming pool, we need to take into consideration. I yield.
Okay, Ms. Kenya Arnold. She's requesting a sound permit for a backyard gathering from 8 to 12 a.m.
She here?
No, she appeared at the last meeting but had to leave early, so we carried this over. She at first wanted 2 a.m., but she did agree to reduce it to 12 a.m.
She's not back today. Cause I wanted very bad.
I did speak with her. She told me to let her know what y'all decision. It's under Ward 4. You wanna go back now? Okay, we're gonna go back one item. Mr. Curtis Bosher is here from CPU, and his, I don't know his name.
Thank you all. It's working? It's not working? So I'll just speak loud. Okay, my name's Curtis Bosher. I'm General Manager, Clarksville Public Utilities. I've got Mr. Demetrix Coffey here with me. He's with Mitchell Technical Services. He's our certified water operator. Let me just read a brief statement, and then I know y'all probably have questions, and I know that people have their concerns. We've experienced complaints concerning coloration in the water more this summer than we have been. We take samples of any of those residents where they ask about it, and Mr. Coffey goes out and does that and tests those to make sure that the samples are in compliance with the drinking water standards. And all of them that we've tested have come back safe to drink. Our water system was built to accommodate a customer base which is more than double the size of the number of customers that we have. So what that causes is, since we don't have people using as much water, it sits in the system longer. It sits in the tank longer. So we have excess capacity for water So when it has to sit there that long, it affects the chlorine. Although time we tested it, everything came back fine. So that's part of the issue, and that leads to coloration as well, because it's sitting in these galvanized pipes that are both customers and city pipes. We shouldn't forget that, that notwithstanding, I understand customers complain about stuff in their water. We're not happy about that. We understand their frustrations, and we're frustrated about it too. One of the things that I got approval at our last commission meeting was to add, well, let me back up. We add a thing called Sequest into the water, and what that's supposed to do is help sequester iron. That's mostly what we're seeing in the water is iron, and that's naturally, it comes out of the aquifers, so it's a naturally occurring thing. It's not just all in the pipes. So what the Sequest does is sequester the iron and make it not visible. It holds it in suspension so that it doesn't fall out in water and become visible. So I got approval from our commission to add 2 more well sites, so hopefully that'll be helping. For many years, we've routinely flushed hydrants at certain locations every month. I've directed the water distribution department, we're gonna do it twice a month. And we also flush when we get individual complaints from people who have problems with their water. So, like I say, we increase our flushing, and iron is gonna be in the water. It occurs naturally. We're not happy about it, so we're working on trying to make it as clear as possible. So, I'm open to questions, and Mr. Coffey is too, in terms of.
You're stating that iron is located in the water. What percentage is that?
I don't know a percentage, but
I had to put it up on the health department website, but different wells have higher iron counts than other wells throughout the city.
So we're saying that that's the cause of the color?
No, we're not saying that that's the cause of the color. Any residence that I've been to, I've never arrived and went to an outside spigot and got any brown water out on the outside of anybody's home. Every sample that I've sent to the health department has came back free of E. coli or total coliform. And what that means is it's clean and safe to drink. As far as the capacity or the usage the amount of water that's being used now versus what the system was designed for, we're not using that amount of water in this city. If you drop from, I think it was 20-some thousand to about 11 or 12,000 people, we got a lot of water that's stored that's not getting moved. And the flushing simulates usage. And so what the flushing would do is help, simulate the usage of water and keep the water moving throughout the system. But I haven't got any bad bacteria samples. If I did, the city would be on the boiled water.
So is there any type of mechanism that would help with replacing of those numbers, individual using the water?
yeah, get more businesses in Clarksdale and get more people living and moving to Clarksdale. That would help, and they'd use more water.
If you're saying that the iron is in the water, then why wouldn't it go to the bottom rather than to be on the top of the water? Because you're saying that we got all these gallons that are in reserve that are not being utilized. So why would everybody be getting all this dirty water? Look like all the dirt, because it would be heavier, all that would go to the bottom, and we would be getting clean water. That's just me thinking.
In my experience, when I'm notified about a dirty water issue, it's usually the first thing in the morning when they get up to, take showers or bath. Their water is sitting within their home, after they stop using water that night, and it sits in their residence, it's sitting there until the next morning. So that's a period of 8 to 10 hours maybe with no usage. And when you first go and cut it on, you're gonna get whatever residual is left in your pipe in your home.
But mine doesn't be brown anymore. But now it has a kind of odor, a little odor, but it's not brown. And
I mean, some people, different homes have different distribution. Some people have PVC, some people have galvanized iron, some people have copper in their homes, and that all makes a difference. I mean, you might have PVC pipes.
Excuse me.
Ma'am.
Well, I flush all night. I flush all night and it's brown. I wash my hands all night and it's brown. I get up all through the night. I'm a diabetic and I have a stage 3 kidney disease, so I'm running all night. And the water is brown constantly, all through the day. I'm washing and it's brown. I can't even use that water no more than to wash my hands. And most of the time, once I wash my hands, I have a bottle of sanitizer sitting right there to use that after I wash my hands because the water is so nasty.
Excuse me, I want to just add something. I don't mean to interrupt, but I work 8 hours a day. So when I went home, and I'm in and out because I work right in Clarksville. So in the morning times, I have a cup. I use bottled water to even brush my teeth. I have to take like literally a 10-minute shower. I can't even sit in the tub because when it fills up, I went home at 4 o'clock. I was a little late because I went to work. In literally, the hydrant came up in not even 5 seconds. This jug filled up. This right here, it settles in the bottom of the bathtub. I take pictures. Also, I don't talk to Miss Downey, know me personally because I've been burning up her phone, CPU, and Boston should know us because we took this water up here when it started. Over the past months, it done got worse. When it sitting on this counter like this. Now, we anybody drink this water? That's what I want to know first.
No.
I don't drink. I buy bottled water. Now, my concern is we have people on fixed incomes, which are older people. I buy filters to try to just.
You don't care.
But we pay a water bill.
Yeah.
You got older people who on fixed incomes who cannot afford all this extra. I barely can trying to do it. I have a 9-year-old daughter who I tell her brush her teeth with a cup. Who wants to live like that? And water is a necessity. And it's not just I say on Andrews. So from me, I literally knock on people's doors and say, "How your water is?" What? I mean. I done looked at Vincent, I done looked at Barnes. Literally, when I talk to people that work on their phone, I'm asking them, where you stay at? How your water? What color your water is?
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous.
We already replaced the line.
They
from
flushed.
the street to the outside spindle.
That didn't help.
We got this from the outside.
They come out and flush.
This not in the house.
And they come out and flush. They don't flush me probably in, I know two or 3 times in probably less than a month. So it gotta be a bigger issue than just flushing, because it's not happening. I mean, if you're gonna flush me, you're gonna flush me every week, and we still gonna get, literally, you still gonna get this type of water.
Every day.
I have a question. My name is Vera McAfee Ray, and I've called CPU for many years now. It first started in 2023. I've spoken with Ms. Shelby several times regarding our water on Cunningham Street. I've spoken with several other people. I've called CPU requesting to speak with Mr. Barge. They took my message. They told me that they would have him to return my call. And this is the first time I've seen Mr. Barge. So, my question is, for the city of Clarksville, I am a retired nurse, okay? I have gone around to different physicians' office, just doing a little random survey. I'm well aware of HIPAA, patient confidentiality. We did not go into that.
But my question was, are they seeing a tremendous amount of elevated lead level here in Clarksdale in the children? You know what they replied? Yes. They had to send several children to the Varner Hospital in Memphis. Now, I have Mr. Barsh, I have a question directly for you. You mentioned that you all, the young man next to you mentioned that you all flush the water here in Clarksville, right? How often do you test the water? And can you give us a lead level?
Yes. First of all, I never got a message or I would have called you back.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
And that's fine. And I do return calls. You want to address that? How often you test water?
Every month, the city of Clarksville is required to submit.
Excuse me, I can't hear you.
Every month, the city is required to submit 15 samples to the state health department. That's a totally separate lab. I have nothing to do with their sampling. I just collect it and send it to them. Whatever the results are, that's, what they are. If it was E. coli or total coliform present in the water, then the city would be under boil water. As far as lead and copper, the health department has a regulation on that as well. And they, this city is required to test every 5 years, not every year or, every month. So that's the requirement by the people that gave me my license.
Okay, so
And we hadn't seen any lead.
now, do you know the lead level? Do you know where the lead level is supposed to be? The value of it?
The results are available on the state health department website.
You all can't let us know what the norm is for lead level in the water?
I mean, it's different for different places, but the results are available online. I mean, I would have to be looking at them I would have to go on the portal to pull them up to actually show you what the numbers are.
There is a standard for the lead level. And if the lead level exceeds that amount, which is supposed to be 0.3, then we have a problem here. So that's why it's very important that we find out where our lead level is to protect our children.
I can get you a copy of those results.
Yeah, and last year we did the testing. I think we're supposed to do 30 samples. So what we do is take it to the person's house, and people draw the first water that comes out of their spigot in their house.
Right.
So we had 29 of them turn them in, and somebody flew the coop. I don't know what happened to them. So we got dinged for only having 29 out of 30, that's okay. But all of them came back with acceptable lead. I mean, there was no problem from the health department. We have all of those results.
Okay.
And I'm glad that
Where are you testing? What areas are you taking it to?
it's all over the city. I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Different neighborhoods?
Yeah,
Same neighborhood?
No, it's not all in one neighborhood. It's all over the city. It's spread out. Because we want to get a good representation of the whole city.
And the way it works is the health department gives you a list of addresses to go to that they want to receive samples from. I can't just pick a place as an operator and go and say, I'm gonna sample here. They notify me where to collect samples from.
Young man,
Yes,
have
ma'am.
you ever gone down Cunningham Street? That's in Willow Park subdivision. Andrew.
Yes, ma'am. I was at,
Cunningham, Moon, those streets.
I got a phone call from the regional engineer on Friday, and she gave me a list of people that complained and gave me their addresses, and I collected samples from those places this morning, and the results will be ready in 72 hours.
And by the way, I'll address, and I know the lady mentioned Andrews. So we were at, over at Mooney today, talking with the lady there. So I've got them flushing, they're gonna flush all of Mooney and Andrews, and over there, Cunningham, because we have a blow off down there. We're gonna do that for the next week.
Okay,
Every day.
Okay, they have been flushing, but when they flush, the water will clear up for about a day maybe.
Well, that's what this lady told me.
And then the next morning we wake up, or perhaps that late on in the afternoon, it's brown. It's brown again. And the water in the bathtub, that water, to me, it looked like sewage water.
And I've seen some of the pictures, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
happy
have a
about
picture of
that.
that on my cell phone.
And I can understand any and everybody being upset about that. I mean, it's not like I don't care. I can't answer all of it because it's not everywhere. Part of it, just like Mr. Coffey, has to do with the age of the house so often, what kind of pipes were put in, how long they've been in. And sometimes it's from the well it's coming from, because there's more iron coming into the system. So that's why we're trying to add this, it's an organophosphate that'll try to sequester the iron and try to address that. Hopefully within the next, couple of months, because it's gonna take a few weeks, if not a month or so, for that to really start showing up once we start putting more in. But they're gonna be flushing over there all this week, and then I'm gonna have them flush that area, you know, twice a week, and see if that doesn't help y'all.
Mr. Barnes. Can I
Yes,
say
sir.
something?
Mr. Barnes.
So are we done, or?
Sorry, good afternoon again. I talked to Miss Downing, and I've had problems with this water. About 2.5 months, that's been bad. But it's been going on for about 2 years. But like the last 2.5 months, it's been terrible. And I talked to CPU, Mr. Coffey came out and did a sample. He said, somebody said it was clear. But even before I got here, the water was just brown, nasty. And I'm gonna tell you this, the metal in the water, bacteria and stuff, it can cause problems. Now, metal can cause all kind of problems: organ failure, water diarrhea, brain fog, weakness, fatigue. You know, and it may when it hits you, it's already too late. You know, you're asymptomatic. It could be from the time it starts to the time you feel it. Now it's there. You know, but the thing is, the water stains our tub. It stains your clothes. You know, and I put Clorox in it, this and that. And just like I say, even before I came there, the water, you're ready to take a shower and God, brown water. So you have to just let it run. You have to, when you got clear enough, you have to run in and take a shower, get out real quick. You know.
Yes, please. Mr.
But-
Burns, tell us where you live, please, sir.
1020 Barnes Street. But I've been having, people telling me I had a problem with Andrew, Lincoln, all around the area. It's not one isolated area. It's everywhere. More so like not in the affluent area, it's not happening that much. But it's happening, more so in areas, in the areas of Clarksville, like Lincoln, Andrew, up Brickyard, in our area, Espy Drive, and other areas. But the main concern is metal get into your body, cholera, all kind of bacteria, fungus, parasites. It's gonna cause problems. It's gonna cause sickness, and you're gonna get sick. It's gonna eventually happen, because the water's supposed to be clear. And I know they say it sit there, and and it's not draining, and it's not flushing. But I expect my water to be clear every time I flush, or every time I turn on that faucet. Now, I'm not saying they're not doing a job or what, but the thing is, they need to find an engineer or somebody know what they're doing to find the problem. You gotta be able to answer somewhere, because it's happening more and more and more, and it's brown. It's got mud all in the bottom of your tub and everywhere. So this is no joke,
We deserve a credit, or we should give.
and but
We shouldn't have to pay for this. We shouldn't have to pay for this.
but the thing is, what I'm worried about now is the illness that it can cause later. If you start developing nausea, vomiting, water diarrhea, fatigue, brain fog, and all other problems, fever, look out. So it's a lot more I can say, but it's already been said out here, so I'm gonna yield back. And, Mr. Newsom had something too.
Mr. Newsom.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I presented you all a copy of some information that I presented to Mr. Curtis Boxer. If you notice, it's dated July 21, 2024. That's the first incident where I presented this matter to Mr. Boxer. Which he did send someone out to flush the hydrant, someone by the name of Antonio, which reported back to him. This has been a continuing problem here, and it has to be something more detrimental than just flushing the faucets, just flushing the hydrant. Mr. Boxer, you mentioned the tanks, and I'm not here to beat up on you or this gentleman here, but I know there's got to be a remedy here rather than us just continually discussing this and bringing this issue to you. The tank that feeds my area is that old tank over there next to the city shop.
Tennessee.
And that's probably one of the oldest ones in town. Now, the question is, has it been drained, cleaned, scraped out, or whatever? Now, you don't have to answer that.
I will answer, because you asked a question, and I appreciate the question. Yes, within the last 6 months, Tennessee tank was cleaned outside. About 2 years ago, it was painted on the outside.
We're talking about inside.
I said, within the last 6 months, it was done on the inside of the tank.
And the sample came back. So that should have remedied the rust inside the tank.
Well, it wasn't rust inside the tank. It's water in the tank that has iron in it. But yes, the tank was cleaned and painted according to the specifications.
Okay, no problem with that. But now, if you notice,
Curtis, have you met with our city engineer? Because I'm pretty sure, I know when last time I spoke with him in reference to the Spruce Street project, with the drainage, he was saying a lot of our city pipes are so old and they're so aged that they can't handle that capacity of water and different things. Cause I had issues in the Russwin and Vincent area in reference to the pipes. And Arch said that those pipes are so old. And I asked, my next question was, well, how much would it take to redo it? And the number that he gave me was just outrageous to be able to replace all those. He said, because pretty much all those pipes under the ground are galvanized pipes. So with those pipes being so old and our city not replacing those pipes, that could cause a factor too as well.
Oh, absolutely. And what the Sequest is supposed to do, and I think we've gotten some results. It's gotten back worse this summer. Is it encapsulates it? It lines the pipes, so whatever's in there won't scale off. That's what happens.
So perhaps you and Arch probably need to have a meeting in that area of Andrews to have him to lay out the map to see what the pipes look like in the Andrews area. I mean, because if they're constantly flushing and constantly doing different things and that's not working, we haven't even visited this to look at this part of it, as far as looking at what's the age of those pipes over in that area and what's the cost to replace it, or do some of them need replaced, or do all of it needs replacing? Because at this point, I mean, with time, everything, breaks down. So maybe that may help, if you get with Arch, because I think
I'll
Arch
talk
is
to
probably
him.
the oldest one here that can tell us about our city pipes.
Well, he's certainly been here longer than anybody else, I think,
So
in
I
recorded
think maybe
history.
You and Arch need to have a conversation, our city engineer. Maybe that may be a start to resolving that issue.
I'll talk to him.
Please keep the citizens informed so they'll know what's going on.
Mr. Harold.
And I will, and what I would call and leave your number, and if for some reason, I never met this gentleman here before, so we take it seriously. But call, and if you don't get a call, and one, leave it, and we'll get somebody, Mr. Coffey will come over and check the water right in your house, not inside, but he has to do outside, he can't go inside.
Thank you, Mr. Harold. I really appreciate your comment, because you hit the nail right on the head.
Yes, sir.
I really feel as if it's more infrastructure than it is anything else. And until we address the infrastructure here, the aging pipe, that aging water tower, we still gonna have water like this. Now, you all have pictures in front of you. That came out of my house. I have to buy potable water, drinking water. But now, according to his, information here, he's providing us with potable water. But we can't drink that water, no way. So that's why we're here today, to ask you all to please give us some assistance in remedying this. Now, I know you all don't have the hammer to hit, well, let me put it like this. You don't have, control over CPU, okay? But we're asking you all, if you would work diligent with them to rectify this problem.
That's the purpose of now, Mr. Minister.
Thank you. I've been buying water for 2 years, and some of the other people have too. I can't even, you know, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, it's a matter of the money. And we could probably drop $100 million real fast, replacing all the lines. If y'all want to help us get a bond issue and do that, that would be a help that the city can provide.
So we even talked about, when we leave here today, the water's still gonna be burning. Everybody agree? And so, I think when Greenville had their problem, they did a study to see where it was coming from. We all assume that it's coming from the rusted pipe. There's no expert in the room to say where it's coming from. What can we do today, or talk about, or start to say, to get an expert? You guys are not the experts, right? To say exactly where it's coming from. What does it take? It shouldn't take no $100 million to get an expert to tell us what the problem is. Yes. Some of us have rusty water, some of us don't. Some is brown, some is light brown.
Different pipes everywhere.
Yeah, different pipes everywhere. But we need an expert to say that I have galvanized pipes under my house. The water's not brown. And I'm sure there's a galvanized pipe that's feeding, right? Of course, we don't drink it. My
Most
wife
likely.
lives, and she talks about this all the time. So without attacking, I'm saying we need something, an expert or somebody to tell these people why the water's brown. When you guys go home today, the water still be brown. Okay? You may forget about it, we may go on and on, but what can we do as some type of study, like they did in Greenville, to say, this is why your water, this is why Cunningham is brown, this is why Cheyenne's not brown. This is the tank that this community uses, this is the tank that this community, you mentioned a chemical that will encapsulate something, right?
Correct, yes, sir.
All right, where's your water going? We put the chemical in there.
Well, I mean,
It's going to somebody's house.
that's right. And it's approved by the health department. We had health department approval. We're not just throwing things into the water.
And I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to be clear. I didn't want people jumping to conclusions.
It's not to say that pure drinking water is where I was going. I'm not saying it was bad to do it. But I think that whatever you can do, whatever CPU can do, whatever CPU can do, and report to this board and the people in the community that say, hey, here's where we are. Your water's gonna be brown when you go home. Okay? And so we just have to have an answer. If it's one side of town, this side of town brown, this side is not, let's see what areas is affected by that. Is it one tank? Is it two tanks? Where is the water clear in the city of Clarksdale? We need to know that. Where are the reports coming from? If you got brown water, we need to be reporting to CBU. We need to be getting a log of where the water's brown.
Yeah, just report it and we'll come and try to do that. But that's not a bad idea. So I'll see about if we can somehow pinpoint it a little better than where we are now. I'm open. That's a good idea.
I guess sooner than later.
Yes. Cause they call me Mr. Credit.
Well, call CPU. I mean, and if you're not getting any type of response, call and ask for me.
May I ask a question? It's not gonna be long. It's not gonna be long. I understand you saying that we needed funds, correct? Last year, I think it was like 1.6 or 1.5, $1.6 million. Did we get some money for infrastructure?
Were you talking about like that ARPA money?
Like that drinking water revolving fund that we get?
We didn't, not this past year, no ma'am.
2025, we didn't get any?
No ma'am.
When the last time we got it?
Been about 5 or 6, it's been probably 8 years.
Okay, it was confirmed that we received it 2025, and it was for to infrastructure, for to replace some lines. It was like $1.5 or $6 million.
CPU did not receive that.
Was it the city, county?
No, it was CPU.
When did you say this happened, ma'am?
2025.
I missed that. And CPU didn't get ARPA money. That all, what we weren't offered, it all went to the city of Clarksdale, not to CPU.
Curtis, would it help you out if, before the citizens leave today that's having issues with the water, that they can write their name and address down so you all can start visiting those locations?
They can, that'd be fine. Or they can always call, so.
Up to the back.
I just have one question as it relates to this water issue. And I've been on the line and I've heard everything that has been said. And we understand that this is an ongoing problem. We got that. We understand that it's gonna take money. But what I wanna know as a citizen who pays a water bill, light bill every month, what are we looking to happen sooner than later? Because just saying that you know that we have the problem and it's gonna take this and that's not helping us. For all of us who are buying all this, it has been said, Clorox to wash the clothes and bottled water to drink and all that, that's not helping us. And it's not easy to talk your kid or your grandkid into drinking water that is brown, and we know it shouldn't be, although you're saying you're getting these samples back, and it's not, testing positive, whatever they're testing for, that's fine and dandy. We understand that, but we're citizens, we pay taxes. It's just no way that we can be expected to just say, okay, to what you're saying is the problem, but we have no plan of correction going forward, because at the end of the day, we just flushing lines, and like some of them have said, they've been flushing in my house, and I don't know who the young man was, my husband is not here, but when they flushed our lines, this is the honest God truth, the brown water that first came out of that line was beyond ridiculous. It was, but it left, this is the truth, it left the street where they flushed it left it brown, just totally brown. But that's the water that's coming out of the line that goes into my house. So we flushed it, but of course we go back in and it's brown still. So how do you just expect me to even understand that there is no immediate solution to the problem? Because my husband, we changed soaps. I told somebody, we changed soaps 4 times in 1 month, because each time he was like, the soap, I'm itching. The water has something going on, and it may not be for what they're testing for, I don't know. I have no way of testing the water. But it's something going on that we need an immediate answer for. That's all we're asking for. We need some immediate solutions. We bought water filters. We bought them at our own expense, put them on the bathroom, the kitchen. We did all of that. But we need some immediate answers, because this is just not right. And like Mr. Newsom said, he had a paper he took down there in 2024. So this is not new. It's not new.
No, he didn't bring anything in 2024. But
Whatever
let me address the fire hydrants, and I'm there when it's done. Reason why that's so bad is because you've got a distance between the fire hydrant and the main, and it sits up in there. I know, it's nasty. It is. But that's not what's necessarily flowing. I'm not saying some of it isn't. You asked about what immediate things. Well, the immediate things that we're doing, and we're gonna do more of, I don't know where you live, where do you live?
Andrews.
Okay. And we've got to focus in on that right now. Like I say, I don't know if you were in here earlier, I was over there today, so was Mr. Coffey. So we were on Mooney, and so I was in the neighborhood.
So I'm just asking, what's the immediate
So
plan?
one is we're gonna flush there all this week. Every day we're gonna flush some. And then I'm gonna see, the lady I talked to, I'm gonna see if anybody's getting any results, whether you're getting better water. That's one thing. And I've ordered the Sequest, which sequesters the iron. And that's, we've ordered that, that'll be put on the wells as soon as we get the pump in. And that, I'm not gonna say that's gonna be a snap, it's all sparkly clear, but that should help. So those are the things we're doing immediately. I know it's not fast enough for anybody, and I'm not happy about it.
Well, I have to clean every, all the digging going on, is there a possibility of a line there?
Like them putting in the gas lines, we probably would see water somewhere if they were getting it.
If they broke a line?
Yes, sir. Well, we're adding the stuff to the water to sequester the iron.
That's gonna be a big loss. Okay, so we'll come back to the next board meeting if you don't have to.
Whatever you
I mean,
Ma'am?
I understand that you can't fix it overnight, but I'm just trying to understand a plan that, you know, it's just like with anything else. You asked me to give you a deadline.
To create an action plan, also do with the engineer, we can go on and do those particulars and get a study together to see what we need to look at.
Well, I will, and I'll consult with my commission about that. And we're gonna take action, so don't, I'm hearing what everybody's saying, and I'm not ignoring it. But I would call in, leave your name and number. If you're having the brown water, we'll get somebody over. That's for anybody here.
So everyone, get a list together, name, number, addresses, and we go from there.
Yeah, I want the customer to call.
Okay.
I want them to call, because I want to make sure, that they're calling, that should be properly logged.
Okay.
And if for some reason you're not hearing from anybody, then call back.
All right. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Ms. Kenya Arnold, item.
Thank you, Curtis.
Need a motion? Need a second? Second. Moving properly, second, all in favor? Aye. Motion is carried.
Mr. Justin Gates. He's requested to close the street, for a back-to-school badge. And to use McLaurin Park.
Madam second.
Second.
Moving properly, second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Wait, we don't have the time, what's the time?
It's gonna be, that's why I came up here. So, yeah, we're gonna be back to school bash. I want to say hello to everybody. I'm from the Riverside Hotel. I've been working there, it's my family's business. We're actually gonna host a back to school bash on August 1st. It's gonna be from 12 to 5 o'clock, right in front of the hotel. We're giving away free book bags, free food, free haircuts, free supplies, pretty much anything your child needs. We're also partnered with Delta Diapers. We're gonna be giving away diapers. We're gonna be giving away female hygienic products. So, and also hair as well. So the beauty supply store is donating hair to us. Come by August 1st.
Thank you.
Any other times by the hotel, come holler at me. And also, with the order and everything, I would like to get somebody's contact numbers, or talk to you, so we can make a video and push it out to the public, so more people can hear our concerns and our problems and clarify everything. Okay. All right, and thank you, everybody on the board.
We'll put that real wide.
Next on the agenda, we're requesting to partially reimburse the incidental expense account for July. Yes, because we had MML, and usually with that large amount, the match is $4,500, so we're gonna reach that threshold before then.
So moved.
Madam second. Second. Moving properly, second, Parker. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next, we're requesting to pay miscellaneous claims.
Has everybody had time to look at the miscellaneous claim? $12,000, to this accounting firm report. Madam Clerk?
That's the firm that we are in agreement with for the bank reconciliation, so that is the work they've done to date since we've approved that.
Any
Any more questions concerning miscellaneous claims? Now, a motion to accept those.
So moved.
Now, second, the moving from the second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next, Mr. Homer Braylock with Matthew Brinson and Artie. Armstrong.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having the marketing group and Blue Cross here today. I'm Artie Armstrong. I'm gonna be really brief. The main highlight points that I wanted to remind this body of is once the city of Clarksdale hired me and Mr. Braylock a few years back, we mentioned and shared with the board that it was that we were going to act as a fiduciary, which means that we act in the interest of this board and on this city as it relates to good stewards of their finances. As a result, those documents we're sharing with you today provide some options as it relates to other insurance carriers and what they could offer us, because there really are mainly three carriers that municipalities sort of focus on in Mississippi. The other two were not able to quote us, and that stands as a testament to our fiduciary responsibility to this board. And we just want to remind you that we're bringing those rates down for you and honoring our commitment to you, and we look forward to continue to work with you.
All right, I'll make it as quick as possible. I passed this out. I'm not going to go through it line by line. Y'all can thumb through it. It's just got data for your specific group, how y'all ran this year. Had a much better year than last year, thank goodness. And because of that, we're going down 3% of the rates. Okay, so I hope y'all are okay with paying less for the same coverage. I haven't had a complaint about that quite yet, which is good. The only thing I'm going to encourage y'all to do, I know y'all are utilizing the Blue Health Mobile Bus. Whatever you can do to increase participation in this, it is a free benefit, okay? All it requires is employees to get on the bus, to get their Healthy You, their free physical that they get every single year. We show up, we have a doctor, we have a nurse practitioner, we have a dietitian, pharmacist, all on board. They take all the information with that person. They spend 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how many times they've done it, completely free of charge. It doesn't cost them anything but 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour at the most of their time. What you got?
I got a question. Can our police department use that so that we can see what shape our police officers in, so they can start doing physical fitness testing twice a year?
If they are on the plan with the city of Clarksdale, they can use it. If they're not on the plan, it's only for the employees of the city of Clarksdale.
So yes, our police officers and all city employees are able to use that. But I think we're talking kind of about two different things. So we can that counts as like a wellness exam, but we can't use it in a punitive way, because also those results are not released to the city. They're only released to the patient.
That's correct.
So we do get a discount in in our rate, so it benefits us to do it, and we do encourage participation, but we don't get to see any of those results, weights or heights or any of that.
So they would have to go to their primary physician to see what can they physically do or can't do.
Right.
Can we get that arranged for, them to start, cause I want them to start on some physical too. Make sure our officers are in shape.
Congratulations, good renewal this year. I always enjoy, delivering discounts, decreases. So, good job on y'all this year.
Quick question.
Sure.
You mentioned the participation rate. It's not just helping you though, it's also our primary physician who can do it if they're in it.
Correct, yes.
Have those numbers been satisfactory? As far as-
They're below average. I will tell you on page, I believe it's 10 on here. If you want to thumb through it at the bottom left of page 10, in the last rolling 12 months, Healthy U participation among the employees was about 17%. Our average is 28%. Our average is low anyway. But we try to push those numbers up as much as possible. That includes the people who get on the bus as well, or go into your primary physician. We count them all, okay? The bus always increases participation because we bring them to you instead of having people take off work and having to go sit in the waiting room for 2 hours before they get in. The bus is there, they walk on, they're in and out in 30 minutes to an hour tops. So that's why we push for participation in that as much as possible. I think the last time we were here was June 22nd, according to the health and wellness team. And so they won't show up unless we have people signed up to get on the bus. So if nobody signed up, they're not gonna come. But if people are signed up, 10 people, 20 people, whatever, they'll show up, they'll park it for 2, 3, 4 days, however long it takes to get that many people done.
Does do the Healthy U visits go towards our consideration for insurance rates on a calendar year basis or a fiscal year basis? So what I'm wondering now is.
It's on a rolling 12-month basis.
On a rolling
If they look at that. I look at it on an annual basis because you only get one per year, per calendar year. But they look at it, now it's not like, hey, if you hit a certain threshold, you get a discount or anything like that. It's just, they look at that. If you have 60-70% participation, our actuaries will go, wow, one, we know a whole lot more about the group. Two, they're doing everything they can to try to control costs.
Okay, so if they, even though the quotes have been given for this year, we should still encourage them to get their physical
yes,
this
ma'am.
calendar year.
Yes, ma'am.
And not wait for the next.
100%, yes, ma'am.
And I guess, one final, maybe should be asking this, but the deductible has gone down. If it stayed the same with that Save the City, I'm sorry, I believe it was the 1,500 copay or deductible. That has gone down. Is that if it stayed the same with that saving more money?
If it stays the same, the price is what it is. Now, with regards to the benefits, that's gonna be HOMA. Yeah.
I'd like to say good evening to the mayor, commissioners, and department heads. If you look at this page here, this booklet here, I'm just tweaking a little bit around part. Okay, on the very first page, you see United Healthcare. And United Healthcare, in writing, their rates are not competitive with Blue Cross Blue Shield. So they wouldn't even quote you. And the very next page will be Cigna. And we received the same results from Cigna. So what's left is Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now with Blue Cross Blue Shield, I'm gonna ask you a question now. Here are your rates. Currently you have a $1,500 deductible. If you keep your same deductible, same benefits, you have more of a savings. Due to the fact employee only, last year, if you include the Blue Cross Blue Shield law with Med Plus, the premium for an employee only is $550.47. With your renewal, keeping it $1,500 deductible, it'll be $537.86. And these rates include your 3%. You get a 3% discount due to the fact that you're smoke-free, okay, which is good. Employee spouse, last year rate $1,168.99. Your renewal rate went down, is $1,142.51. Employee spouse, last year, $1,018.37. This year, $995.03. Okay, family coverage, was $1,699.95 last year. This year, it went down to $1,680.85. That's with a $1,500 deductible. Okay, these deductibles, you have a copay. $25 copay for a primary care physician, $50 copay for a specialist. That's with last year and this year. Most people go to the doctor first, so you don't have to pay that big deductible by going to the doctor. You don't pay the copay. All copays and deductibles, that goes towards your out-of-pocket. This year, your renewal, your out-of-pocket limit will be $2,810. Meaning, if you had a $100,000 bill, your out-of-pocket for that calendar year will be $2,810. That's all you pay out of your pocket, and the rest will be paid by MedPlus and Blue Cross Blue Shield. If you look at the very second page, this particular page is a $1,000 deductible, which you had 2 years ago. And you have a little bit of savings there. It's still cheaper than where it was last year. So you're not spending no more money this year regardless. If you go with the $1,000 deductible or $1,500 deductible. $1,500 deductible just save you more money.
And with the out-of-pocket max being lowered by $400, it's a still less price, correct?
That's correct. So the rates look good. We're not able to find any rates lower than these, and there's no any out there that's lower. So we're here tonight. If you want to go with the $1,000 deductible or $1,500 deductible, we go for it.
Is it on the table for a motion or not?
Mr. Homer, you usually send over some paperwork to sign the agreement proposal, something like that.
Yes, but the board, they'll vote.
Prior to.
They vote prior to.
Okay.
Then once they vote, then we'll know which one you want to send over. If you want the $1,500, we'll send it over. If you want $1,000, we'll send it over. The board will decide that tonight.
No questions?
So move that we make Blue Cross and Blue Shield our insurance provider for 2026-2027.
Second. Properly second.
Y'all jumping all together, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
We're with the marketing group, but we with them.
I'm with Blue Cross.
Yeah, she needs to mention the marketing group.
But do we need to decide which plan right now?
Yes.
So the motion needs to include the marketing group of Blue Cross.
Okay, so move that we make Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and the marketing group our insurance providers for the remainder of 26 and 27.
Which deductible?
With the, which deductible?
The $1,500.
With the $1,500 deductible.
Second. Second. We need to properly second. All in favor, use vote sign of aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Thank y'all for your time, appreciate y'all.
Okay, thank you. We'll be in touch. We'll get the paper. Okay, thank you. Yeah, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Next, we would like to accept the donation for the Sassy Street Park.
Have a motion.
So move.
Have a second. Second. Move properly second. Accept the donations of $15,600. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries.
Next, we have a few board appointments for the Housing Authority, Ward 4.
Not yet.
Okay, the Planning Commission, Mayor and Ward 2, carryover. And Ward 3 for Farrington Hills, resignation, we'll need to acknowledge that.
So move we acknowledge the resignation of Farrington Hill for Ward 3.
Second. Moving properly second that we acknowledge the resignation. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
So that'll be that for recommendation. Alright, next, we're requesting to purchase a 15-passenger van for the community service work program
So
and
moved.
supplies.
Now, second.
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Ms. Chuck, Chuck Rutledge is here.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
On the Sunflower River Walk, we have some, regular progress invoices, we need approval on. One is Sid Coleman for the boardwalk framing, $20,537.62. OLU Fence Company for kind of final payment on the post installation for the boardwalk, $5,006.50. Coleman Collective, which is an expense reimbursement for lumber, construction debris removal, $525. And Kelly Septic for a portable toilet, $62.50.
Need a motion?
It's all under the grant, correct?
Correct.
So moved.
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next item is, we just simply need your acknowledgement. We received, our third reimbursement from, the Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship, Fund grant. And so we just need your acknowledgement.
So moved.
Second.
Moving properly second, that we acknowledge receipt of the Sunflower River reimbursement in an amount of $27,969.43. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried.
All right, third item is the, Sunflower River Walk, bridge abutment bids. Our request, we recommend that we reject all the bids. The bids came in over budget. There's a certain amount of leeway we have within reallocating funds among categories to grow that budget, but the amount that we need to move exceeds what we can do. So we need to get, Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship Trust Fund board approval to change our budget, which I'm working on. I'll do that. But in the meantime, we just need to reject this bid, and then I need you to authorize a re-advertisement and rebid, third time's a charm, once we get that approval from the Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship Trust. And I've talked to the director, it's not a problem, we just gotta go through the formal board process.
So moved.
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. May I say one thing about water? Real quick. I think it's really important that the citizens understand where CPU responsibility ends and where our citizen responsibility picks up. And that's basically, as I understand, at the property line. CPU has to deliver safe, clean, potable water to our properties. But if our pipes are rusty, that is our responsibility. I had a house, had brown water, just like we were discussing earlier. The problem is I had old galvanized pipes that were rusty. And you can spend $100 million putting new city pipes in, but if the house pipes are rusted, the water is gonna be rusted. So it's just important in terms of expectations that citizens know that they are responsible for the pipes within their house, good or bad. And CPU needs to do their job, but we, as citizens, as homeowners, have to do our part on the, in terms of our plumbing. So, just expectation. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next on the agenda, we're requesting to issue a warrant to the library for the roof repair project, pay out warrant.
So moved.
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next we have Mr.
Balance.
The balance, that's 61 minus 85, like less than 21. Mr. Billy Stein, excuse me.
Sorry, I didn't see anything. I'm really here today just to, see if anybody had any questions for me. I don't think it was a real formal bid that we accept or decline, but since I gave you the information last Thursday, if you had questions about the information I had given you.
We requested you since we want to shop local, sir.
Well, I appreciate it. We are local, 37 years. 37 years here, and unlike the water, this copper's never been a problem in 37 years. So, if anyone has questions, they can contact me. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Billy.
Next, we're requesting for Corporal Rachel Harper to be sworn on the oath for Deputy Municipal Clerk.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next, we'd like to acknowledge the following status changes in the fire department: Antrell Newsom, longevity increase; Bentavious Galmore, completion of 1 year as firefighter 2; and Christopher Williams, offered employment.
So moved.
Motion,
So moved.
now the second.
Second.
So moved, properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
In the police department, requesting to hire Jamaria Young, a contingent, hire contingent.
Now I have a motion,
Chief, that good? Is that good?
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Second.
moving properly second, all in favor, use both signs of aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Let's table it to executive session. Table it to executive session. We got some information, just table it, we'll discuss it.
If you wanna hold it to executive session, if a motion is seconded, y'all, or
Yes, good second.
Motion's already been seconded.
then y'all could either, at this point, rescind or let it go for a vote, and if it fails, you can take it back up for reconsideration the same meeting, or again, you can rescind the vote, or you can just go forward for an up and down vote, but that's up to the board as a whole.
Let it go for a vote.
Ward one,
Aye.
Ward two.
Aye.
Right now, you know where it's from.
And I was trying to see if we could just move it.
Okay,
We can
that's what he was asking.
Yeah.
Can we
That's all he was asking.
Just rescind to the table, to
Yeah.
executive session.
What's the motion? To rescind?
Yeah.
So Harris first and Sykes second.
Yeah.
So would you like to rescind? Commissioner Sykes? Would you like to rescind?
We're gonna talk about executive session.
Yes, I did.
I rescind.
Need a second?
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposers?
Nay.
Ayes have it. Okay. Next, in the clerk's office, requesting to hire Anne Marie Blakes as deputy clerk contingent.
So moved.
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposers? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next, we would like to acknowledge reimbursements received for the Sunflower River, sidewalk grant that's supposed to read.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
It's moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
We would like authorization to apply for the MDA 8 Community Heritage Preservation Grant for the auditorium.
Now the motion,
So move.
now for second.
Second.
It's moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Also requesting to approve the CE&I contract with Neil Schaefer for the VRA portion of the Spruce Street Drainage Project.
So moved. Now for second.
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next, we would like to acknowledge receiving the Planning Commission minutes.
So moved.
Second.
We moving properly second, that we acknowledge the receipt of the planning commission minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Ms. Brown is here.
Yes. Yes.
What,
What do I need?
what, if you want to explain the vote by the board, but this is,
Ms. Gray.
This is Ms. Hope, and she applied for conditional use for her daycare on Lincoln, right at the 61 highway. We did approve this, but she applied back in 23, and we approved it back in 23. I guess you didn't move in it at the time, so she came back to us for approval, and we approved it again. Unless you have any questions for her.
What was the delay?
Actually, I was in a bigger building, and I was renting from that building, but I own my own building, so now I wanna move into my own building.
Congratulations. We appreciate what you're doing in our community.
Thank you. God be glory. Okay, now, thank you.
And your new location is 745 Lincoln?
Yes, sir.
Motion to concur with the planning commission.
So moved.
Second, moving properly second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Thank you. Next, we're requesting to set property hearings for the following properties: 1212 Cheyenne, 1304 Cheyenne, 431 Oakhurst, 536 Pecan, 505, 517, 533 Prince Street, 512, 516, 522, 530 Prince Street, 508, 520, and 534 Florida.
I have a motion to set.
So moved.
Second. Moving properly second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Next, we have the property hearing.
Any representative on 104 11th Street? 104 11th Street. Notices were properly sent out. Is there any recommendation from code enforcement or public works?
Motion. So moved. Now the second. Moving properly second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
One 14th Street, 14th Street, 14th Street. Is there any representative here for 14th Street? Recommendation by Public Works.
Demolition.
Now the motion.
So moved.
Now the second.
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried. Number 3.
One 18th Street. Any representative here for 18th Street? 18th Street. Notice has been properly given. Recommendation?
Demolition.
What David say?
Demolition.
So moved.
Second. Been moved and properly second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Yeah. 502 Grant Place.
Thank you.
Can you state your name, sir?
Jimmy Johnson.
Is there any recommendation?
No, because he actually started doing repairs on the property. Yes. To give him opportunity to repair his property.
You working on it now, sir?
Yes, sir. I've cleaned it up and everything.
I'm gonna give him a chance.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Moving properly second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Go to work, man.
Yes, sir.
You got it.
Just for the knowledge of the board, how long does will the permit last when fixing it up?
The regular permit is usually 6 months. We give him 3 months to show us certificate. Actually, he's almost done with his already. To be honest, but he just need to do clean the windows and things like that. So he's almost done.
520 East Tallahatchie. Wait.
520 Cahoma.
520 Cahoma. 520 Cahoma. Any representative here on 520 Cahoma Avenue? Recommendation by Public Works.
It's gonna be demolition.
Mr. Walker, take demolition?
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Can I have a second? Moving properly second, all in favor? Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Now, 520 East Tallahatchie Street. 520 East Tallahatchie Street. 520 East Tallahatchie Street. Any representative here? Recommendation?
Demolition.
So moved.
Second. Moving properly, second, all in favor? Aye. Ayes have, it, motion is carried.
630 Lincoln Place. 630 Lincoln Place. 630 Lincoln Place. Any representative here for 630 Lincoln Place? Recommendation?
Demolition.
So moved.
Second.
Been moving and properly, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have, it, motion is carried.
825 Lincoln Place. 825 Lincoln Place.
I'm trying to build this, the shotgun house that caught a fire.
Hold. Need to get the pictures, but
What say you, Mr. Walker?
I actually started working on the inside already, he just needs to repair the outside, and we're gonna 1 minute.
So give him time?
Yes, sir.
Where?
You can see the windows are neat, and then most of the sheetrock on the inside is new.
Give him a chance.
So we're saying 3 months.
3 months or so significant.
Yeah. 3 months.
So moved.
Second.
Moving properly, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried.
Mr. Miller, how about those properties on December?
those you just approved those, I believe, last meeting to go on the list. So we're still kind of going in mostly the order that you have approved. There will be 6 more at the next board meeting. We anticipate for at least for 2 on the list on Ashton to receive waivers on those. And then there's 1 more we're trying to get a waiver for, but 6 more notices have gone out today for the next board meeting.
You got a hand up, sir?
I wanna, could I say something? I was here, about a pocket over on Bottom Street. I had a paper on my door, but I didn't know to come to the other night. They told me to be here.
Yes, sir.
632 Bottom Street. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. My name is Jerry McCarthy, by the way. How y'all doing this evening? Right. But I'm in the shape of remodeling, and I bought the whole trailer park from Glen Allen. I done remodeled 3, but I had some material in 1 trailer, and someone broke into it, stole all the material about it, and set the trailer on fire. But if y'all can give me a little time, I done went through it earlier. I boarded it up and cut the grass around it and everything, so it won't look so bad until I can.
Your neighbors were jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Well, they are really upset.
Yes, sir.
They're on top of me.
Yeah, yes, sir. But I got it looking clean. I didn't bring those pictures like on paper, but I got it in my phone.
So you cut the grass and taking care of it?
Yes, sir. I got a picture on my phone.
You gonna fix all 6 of them up, 5 of them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I can get a chance. I'll go tell the neighbors.
Okay.
If it's okay with my colleagues.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Good job, Ms. Conlon.
All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right.
We get a motion.
So moved.
Second. We give you time, sir.
Okay. Thank y'all so much.
Don't make me look bad.
I promise y'all won't.
Thank
All right.
you,
Y'all
sir.
have a great day.
Appreciate it.
And what your motion will do,
Give him some time to fix it.
give him time, because you just recently approved the hearings, but you have not formally noticed him yet. What this will do is, this will be to hold back on issuing any, resolution or anything bring before hearing.
For that property.
For their property, so we'll have to, if he does need to be brought up again, we'll add it back to the said hearing. And this will be the removal from the said hearing list, we'll add it back and bring it before if need be.
Closed session.
Motion for the closed session.
So moved.
Second.